A terminal window just opened on its own. Commands are running. Files are being scanned. And I did not touch a single key. What you are looking at is real footage from my computer last week. I gave Claude, the AI made by Anthropic, full access to my machine. My files, my browser, my Google Drive. Everything. And then I just watched. What happened over the next hour was some of the most impressive technology one have ever witnessed in person. And some of the most unsettling. By the end of this video you will understand exactly how it works, why it matters, and what you should and should not let it touch. Before I show you what actually happened, let me explain what MCP is, because most people, even people who work in tech every day, have never heard of it. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It was built by Anthropic, the same company that created Claude. And here is the best way I found to describe it: MCP is the USB-C of AI. Think about what USB-C did for hardware. Before it, every device needed its own cable. Your laptop had one port, your phone had another, your headphones needed a third. USB-C came along and standardized everything into one universal connector. MCP does exactly that for AI tools. Right now most AI assistants are completely isolated. You type a message, they respond, and nothing actually happens in the world outside that chat window. They cannot open a file on your desktop. They cannot check your email. They cannot update a spreadsheet. They are read-only, locked inside a box. MCP breaks open that box. It creates a universal standard that lets Claude connect directly to real tools and services: Gmail, Google Drive, GitHub, your local file system, Notion, Slack, and not just read from them but take real actions inside them. When Claude is connected via MCP and you ask it to find a file, it actually finds the file. When you ask it to open a web page, a real browser opens. Real actions happen outside the chat. That is a completely different category of technology. Let me walk you through exactly how I set this up, and I want to be upfront, this is genuinely easy. If you have ever edited a text file, you can do this. Step 1. Download Claude Desktop. Not the browser version, the actual desktop application. It is free. Go to claude.ai, download it for Mac or Windows, install it, and sign in with your account. That part takes about 2 minutes. Step 2 is where things get interesting. On your computer there is a configuration file called claude_desktop_config.json. On a Mac it lives inside your library/application support folder. On Windows it is inside appdata/roaming. Open that file in any plain text editor, Notepad is completely fine. Inside you will see a mostly empty JSON structure. This is your MCP control panel. This is where you tell Claude which tools it is allowed to use. You are going to add what the documentation calls MCP server registrations. Each entry has a name, a startup command, and any parameters like which folders it can access or which account it should connect to. Think of it like registering browser extensions, except these extensions give Claude real capabilities in the physical world outside the chat window. I registered 3 MCP servers in my config file. First, the file system server, pointed at my documents folder with both read and write permissions enabled. Second, the Puppeteer browser server, which gives Claude control over a real Chromium browser. It can open tabs, navigate to any URL, and read whatever is displayed on screen. Third, Google Drive, connected through an OAuth token I generated from Google Cloud Console. That sounds intimidating, but it is genuinely a 5-minute click-through process, no coding required. Once I saved the config file, I restarted Claude Desktop. And the moment it reopened, I noticed something new: a small hammer icon in the bottom left corner of the chat window. That hammer means MCP is active. Claude has tools now. It is no longer just a conversational assistant. The full setup from the first download to seeing that hammer took me exactly 11 minutes. And at that point, I will be honest, I felt something I do not usually feel with new software. A genuine mix of excitement and something that felt a little like caution. If you want to follow along at home and build your own MCP setup, subscribe right now. Next week I am publishing a full step-by-step tutorial on creating your own custom MCP server from scratch. First experiment, the file system. I have about 8 years of documents on this machine. Thousands of files scattered across hundreds of folders. I typed one sentence into Claude, find all PDF files larger than 5 megabytes and tell me what they are. That is it. No folder path. No hint about where to look. No manual navigation. I just waited. Claude used the file system MCP server to crawl my entire documents directory on its own. 32 seconds later it returned a clean formatted list. 12 files. Each one showing the file name, its full location path, the file size, and a one-line description based on the name. In 32 seconds. For a job that would have taken me a solid 10 minutes of manual folder diving. That is when the mental model shifted for me entirely. This is not automation in the traditional sense, where you script out every step in advance. This is delegation. You describe the outcome you want and Claude decides how to get there. The how is no longer your problem. That is the real shift. Second experiment, browser control. I asked Claude to open Wikipedia, search for the history of the internet, and return a 3-sentence summary of the most important milestones. I pressed enter. And then I watched a Chrome window open on my screen. Not Claude describing what it planned to do. An actual browser window appearing, navigating to Wikipedia, running the search, loading the article, reading through the content, and returning to me with a tight and accurate 3-sentence summary. Total time, 45 seconds. I had not moved my mouse once during the entire thing. I want to be precise about why this is different from traditional web scraping. Scraping executes a fixed script against a predictable page structure. What Claude did here was dynamic. It chose which search result to click, which part of the article deserved priority, how to condense the information without losing accuracy. That is closer to reasoning than scripting. And it happened on a standard laptop with no special hardware, no custom server, nothing beyond the 11-minute setup I already showed you. Third experiment, Google Drive. I had a 42-page quarterly report sitting in my drive, dense data, lots of tables, footnotes throughout. I asked Claude to read it and return a 5-bullet executive summary. Before I show you the result, I want to pause on something important about how MCP actually accesses your drive files, because this matters for how safe you should feel. Claude is not downloading your document to your local machine and it is not sending it to some unknown server. It connects to Google Drive through the official OAuth token you authorized, reads the document content in memory within that secure session, generates the summary, and stops. The file never leaves Google's infrastructure. The summary Claude returned was genuinely good. Accurate numbers, correct key decisions, tight language. Better than what I would have written skimming that report for 20 minutes. By this point I was fully convinced this technology works. But the next demo, the change task, is where my jaw actually dropped. Subscribe right now so you do not miss the custom MCP server tutorial I am releasing next week. That is where this gets really powerful. Fourth experiment, a change task. This is the one that made me go completely quiet for about 30 seconds. I gave Claude a single instruction: read the quarterly report from Google Drive, identify the 3 most critical action items, and then create a new file on my desktop called actionitems.txt with those 3 points written as a numbered list. 1 prompt. 3 tools chained together in sequence. Google Drive access plus content reasoning plus file system writing, all happening autonomously with no input from me. I watched it happen in real time. Claude read the Drive document. It identified the action items. It switched to the file system server. It created the file. It wrote the content. It named the file exactly as I had specified. Total elapsed time, 58 seconds. When I opened that file and saw properly formatted, accurate content that Claude had read, analyzed, and written entirely on its own, I sat back in my chair and said nothing. Because a chatbot does not do that. An agent does. A real one. Running on your hardware. Available today. So what does all of this actually mean for how we work? Here is my honest take. MCP is the biggest shift in computing since the smartphone. Not just because of what it can do today, though that is already genuinely remarkable, but because of the direction it points us in. We are moving from AI as a conversation tool to AI as a work tool. Less copying and pasting between windows. Less manually running the same search you ran last week. More real delegation. More time spent on the decision rather than the task. But I want to be responsible here. Do not give Claude unrestricted access to everything on day one. Start with read-only permissions on a single non-critical folder. Watch what it does. Test the edges. Trust it incrementally. The risks are real. A misunderstood instruction combined with write access could overwrite something you needed. Treat it exactly like a capable new colleague. Small tasks first, verify every output, and expand permissions only as trust builds. The tools are ready right now. The only question is how thoughtfully you choose to use them. Subscribe before you leave. Next week is the custom MCP server build, and that is the one that takes this to the next level. That is MCP. From a chatbot that answers questions to an agent that takes real actions on your machine with your tools right now. If this video was useful, hit subscribe. I publish weekly breakdowns of AI tools that are actually worth your time. And I genuinely want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what is the first task you would delegate to an AI agent. Files? Email? Research? Calendar? I read every single comment. See you next week.